The confetti is flying, the city is absolutely electric, and the Lombardi Trophy, well, it's heading home to the Pacific Northwest. So let's break down exactly how the Seattle Seahawks conquered Super Bowl LX.
And there it is, the final score, 29-13. This wasn't a nail-biter, folks. This was a dominant, decisive victory over the New England Patriots.
You know, this wasn't just another win. It was a massive statement. By taking down a really good Patriots team, the Seahawks have climbed all the way back to the top of the mountain. This is only their second championship ever.
So the big question is, how did they do it? Well, yeah, it was a total team effort, for sure. But the heart and soul of this victory, it was all about pure, old-school, unrelenting defensive dominance. They call themselves the Dark Side, and man, did they live up to that name in this game. They didn't just stop the Patriots' offense, they completely dismantled their game plan. They just imposed their will on every single snap. Just look at this number, 6 sacks. The pressure was just relentless. They got to the NFL MVP runner-up, Drake Maye, 6 times. He had absolutely no time to think, no time to even set his feet. The pocket was just collapsing around him all night long. And you know what that kind of pressure leads to? It leads directly to this: 3 turnovers. And these weren't just little mistakes. These were takeaways created by sheer defensive force. Each one felt like it completely swung the momentum of the game right back to Seattle. And the biggest plays came at the biggest moments. It started in the third quarter with Derek Hall forcing a huge strip sack. Then you get to the fourth quarter. The Patriots are trying to fight their way back in, and bam! Uchenna Nwasu comes up with a massive interception. But the final nail in the coffin, that came from Julian Love, whose pick pretty much ended the game right then and there. And this right here, this little chart tells the story of the game in a nutshell. On one side, you have the MVP runner-up, Drake Maye, who was forced into 3 really costly turnovers. And on the other side, the journeyman, Sam Darnold, who played a perfect game protecting the football. That big fat 0 in his turnover column, that might just be the most important number of the entire night. Okay, so while the defense was just completely shutting the door, the offense was doing its own thing, methodically grinding down the Patriots with a powerful engine of its own. And the guy driving that engine? Well, that would be your Super Bowl MVP, running back Kenneth Walker III. He was an absolute workhorse, the metronome that just set the pace for the entire Seahawks attack. He churned out 135 yards on the ground. I mean, every single time Seattle needed a tough yard, every time they needed to control the clock and let their defense catch a breath, they just handed the ball to Walker, and he delivered time and time again. But it was all about efficiency. He averaged an incredible 5 yards every single time he touched the ball. In the NFL, anything over 4 yards a carry is considered good. 5 is flat out elite. That's not just gaining yards, that's dominating the line of scrimmage. But behind the MVP trophy and that dominant defense, there's a really great story of resilience, of just pure composure. It's the story of the man under center who played his role to absolute perfection. Quarterback Sam Darnold, he's really the definition of a journeyman. Here's a guy who was a top draft pick, but he's kind of bounced around the league, never quite finding that permanent home. A lot of people had written him off as a franchise guy, but on the absolute biggest stage, he showed everyone what a steady, reliable veteran can do. His stats weren't flashy, not at all, but he delivered the single most important stat of the game, which we've already talked about: 0 turnovers. His calm, mistake-free performance was the foundation this whole victory was built on. His final stat line, it tells the story perfectly. 202 yards, 1 touchdown. It's solid, it's efficient. He didn't need to be a superhero. He just needed to be steady, make the smart play, and most importantly, protect the football. And that's exactly what he did. So when you put all of that together, the historic defense, the MVP running back, and the quarterback who just would not make a mistake, what do you get? You get this, a moment for the history books. This win really solidifies a brand new era of Seahawks football. It's only the second time in the franchise's entire history that they've reached the absolute pinnacle of the sport. It puts this team right up there with the legends. And a performance like this, it just raises a huge question. This formula they have, a suffocating defense and a powerful run game, it doesn't feel like a one-time thing, does it? So you really have to wonder, was this win just a single incredible moment of glory? Or is this the beginning of the NFL's next dynasty?